bacteria, everything else. When in truth, we do want to do certain things and precautions like wash our hands and really take care of ourselves and really do things we can to avoid pathogens. At the same time, though, we want to be nourishing our body, right? This is what we've been doing for thousands of years in taking care of ourselves, making sure we're getting the right vitamins, the right nutrients, the right food, that we're keeping the wrong foods out of our diet, and even taking the right nutrients that have been used in things like traditional Chinese herbalism and Ayurveda for thousands of years. So on today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the foods you got to remove, the best foods for your immune system, the best nutrients for your immune system, the top herbs, the top essential oils, and then I'm maybe going to talk about there are a couple of emotions that negatively affect your immune system and a couple emotions that affect your immune system in a very, very positive way, according to over 5,000 years of just case evidence, which we'll talk about here as well. So, hey, let me start off the show here as well. I want to give you a shout out. Let me know the city you're from, the state you're from, the country you're from. I'll give you a shout out now on Facebook Live. And also, hey, feel free to throw out if you've got any comments, any questions. And hey, be on mission with me. Take a minute right now, punch the share button, click the love button if you want to help spread the word on how to naturally strengthen your immune system using foods and herbs and all things that are natural. So we'll go ahead and get kicked off here. And I'm going to talk about what to get out of your diet. But I see you guys are joining me here today. I know we've got people joining from all over the world. Looks like Stella is joining me from Ontario, Canada. Hey, Stella. Thanks for joining me here today. We have Laura from Mount Carmel, Tennessee. We have Tam from Anaheim, California. We've got my buddy Dr. Anise joining from Orlando, Florida. We have Lisa Phillips watching. People from all over the world there. Chris Cross in Bozeman, Montana. And we've got Maria from Valencia, Spain there. Hey, thanks for joining me today, guys. Appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to cover these top ways to strengthen your immune system. Okay. So for starters here's the things you've got to remove that really weaken your immune system. And are you aware of that? There are foods that actually weaken your immunity. Number one is sugar, processed sugar specifically. Now listen, there's a big difference between sugar and raw local honey. This is the big swap you want to make that's going to strengthen your immune system. Get rid of refined sugar, processed sugar, the high fructose corn syrup and sodas. You want to get rid of all of that sugar. And you want to go lower in sugar, generally speaking, but the other thing is you want to do honey. Honey is the most powerful natural sweetener on the planet. Now, I'm not saying eat buckets of honey, but a teaspoon to a tablespoon a day of honey in a warm herbal tea, in oatmeal as part of a smoothie. Honey, so remember this, foods that are light yellow or white in color are the foods, according to ancient Chinese herbalism, those are the foods that actually strengthen your immunity. Okay, so remember that. Foods that are light yellow and white are the best foods for strengthening your immune system, so which we'll get into here in a minute. But that's why honey, right? It's that light yellow color. Refined sugar, despite the color, is very toxic and bad for your body. Now, the other thing you want to get rid of if you want to strengthen your immune system is refined grains. Grains, now listen, I'm not saying all grains because actually I think sprouted rice and oats can actually be good for your immune system and health, but white products and wheat products are very hard on your immune system, especially because wheat products have been hybridized. So those are going to cause inflammation in your gut. Remember that 70% of your immune system is located in your gut. When you consume gluten-containing foods like wheat, it's causing gut inflammation, and then it can lead to conditions like leaky gut syndrome and cause all these immune and inflammatory problems. So for that reason, stay away from white bread, wheat bread, all the refined pastas, but refined grains. Listen, within seconds of eating refined grains, they break down into sugar within your body. So essentially, these two things are very similar. They're sugar and the refined grains. Now, number three thing you've got to get out of your diet is hydrogenated oils. Now, listen, I call these the 7 deadly oils. Vegetable oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, canola oil, and then soybean oil, safflower oil, and sunflower oil. Now here's the thing, sunflower oil sometimes is okay in small amounts if it's in something like a salad dressing from a really healthy brand where it's cold pressed, high oleic sunflower oil. The problem is most of these health brands today are putting sunflower and safflower oil in their products. It's very high in omega-6 fats and has no omega-3s. So that imbalance of the type of fat you're getting is causing major inflammation. So that's why I put sunflower and safflower oil on the list. Yes, they can be healthy if you're just eating sunflower seeds or if it's a really high quality, but all of those other oils I mentioned, the corn oil, the cottonseed oil, the soybean, the vegetable oil, those are genetically modified oils. And what those are going to do is cause major inflammation. They're also high in omega-6 fats and they're processed. So the fact that they're GMO, they're processed, and they're high in omega-6s, most of those, for those reasons, they're going to cause major inflammation in the body, and that's going to weaken your immune system. Why? Because the inflammation takes place in the gut, which is where 70% of your immune system lives. So you've got to get rid of these three things. Get rid of the sugar, get rid of the refined grains, get rid of the hydrogenated oils, and if you do that, that's going to go a long way into helping your immune system. Now, I'm going to talk about the foods, nutrients, herbs, essential oils here in a second, but I also just want to say, hey, be on mission with me. Do you know there's thousands and thousands, not thousands, millions upon millions of people that don't know how to take care of their immune system? Most of us are not taking care of our immune system on a regular basis. We're just eating whatever is convenient, and we should be thinking every time we eat a meal, is this food helping my body or harming my body? Is it strengthening my organs and immune system, or is it weakening it? These sugar, refined grains, and processed foods, fried foods, fast foods, hydrogenated oils, these things harm your immune system. They don't help it. So you want to get these out of the diet. Again, if you're on mission with me, take a minute right now, punch the share button, click the love button, help me spread the word on how to use food to naturally strengthen up your immune system. Everybody needs to be taking care of their immune system right now. All right, number 2, here are the top foods that strengthen your immune system. And remember this, foods that are light yellow in color are the ones that most strengthen our immune system, okay? Did you know that different colors of foods tend to mean it's going to nourish a different organ system? Foods that are red, for instance, that are red like cayenne pepper, red bell peppers, you know, even lamb, those sort of things. Those are more strengthening to your heart and cardiovascular system. Foods that are green and alkalizing, those are more nourishing to your liver and detoxification system. Well, foods that are white and light yellow are the most nourishing for your immune system. So let's cover some of those right now. All right, citrus fruits, right? Citrus is really good to do, especially this time of year. It's detoxifying, it's high in vitamin C. Vitamin C rich foods are one of the things you want to be getting right now. Here's some of the big ones. Citrus, kiwi, and berries, and specifically goji berry. Okay, goji berry is one of my favorite fruits. You can buy these little goji berries, travel with them. You can throw goji berry powder in a smoothie, but that's great for your immune system. But citrus and kiwi, 2 of the fruits highest in vitamin C. Now, in addition, some of my favorite vitamin C rich vegetables are, I call them the 4 Bs. You ready? The highest vitamin C rich vegetables are broccoli, Brussels sprouts, bell peppers, and bok choy. Those are some immune supportive vegetables because they're very high in vitamin C and many other nutrients as well. Remember I mentioned the color earlier that strengthens your immune system. It's white and light yellow. Cauliflower. Cauliflower is great for your immune system. Okay? And then you can do cauliflower. The best ways to cook vegetables are going to bake them. You can cover, like broccoli and cauliflower and asparagus, cover those in coconut oil. And then bake them in the oven at 400 degrees for 40 minutes, and that's a great way to do vegetables. You can steam them and then dip them in something like hummus or put tahini on them. What color is tahini or hummus? It's kind of this brownish, yellowish sort of color. Also good because it's got garlic and sesame seeds, which are good for your immune system. But that's what I would do. Cauliflower, broccoli, asparagus, cover them in tahini or hummus, or bake them, and so steam them, or bake them in the oven. You can also do them as part of a stir fry if you're stir frying them with coconut oil or something like that. All right, here's some other big ones that you want to be getting. Miso. Have you ever heard of miso soup? Now, typically this is served at Japanese and Asian restaurants, but miso has powerful probiotics that support your immune system. So miso, you can buy miso soup. In fact, I was shopping the other day at the health food store and I bought some miso soup, and I've been drinking that this week to naturally strengthen my immunity. But miso is great. Garlic, onions, and ginger. Remember those 3 herbs. Garlic, onions, and ginger are very, very powerful. So what I do is do ginger herbal tea. So if you don't do tea in the morning, doing ginger is fantastic. Also a little matcha this time of year can be good. But ginger strengthens your immune system and your digestive system. That's why ginger is probably the most powerful herb or spice found in your culinary cabinet. So where you're keeping all of the herbs and spices you use with food, ginger is probably the most powerful herb or spice in your nutrition cabinet, in your pantry, that can naturally support your immune system. Drink it as a herbal tea. Sprinkle some ginger in your morning smoothie. Just get more ginger in your diet. Okay, let's cover some more here. Chicken broth. Remember this, I told you this earlier. What color? Light yellow. Strengthens your immune system. What color is chicken broth? Light yellow. When I was a kid, when I was not feeling well, my mom always gave me chicken soup. This is the ancient Chinese remedy. In fact, in Israel, they called it Jewish penicillin. That's what they call chicken soup. Why? Chicken soup is light yellow. It is the ultimate immune strengthening superfood. Not beef broth either. It's not beef broth. It's not fish broth. It's chicken broth or chicken soup. Now, be careful. A lot of the canned chicken soup today has sodium. It has MSG, white flour noodles. Make sure you either make chicken vegetable soup at home. By the way, I've written up recipes on this. If you just search my name, search like Dr. Axe chicken soup or Dr. Axe bone broth. Like, I have recipes where I have my chicken soup. And I'm going to share my recipe with you here in just a minute. But if you forget it or you can't write it down right now, simply go online, search my name with things like chicken soup or bone broth, and you'll find I've done recipes on exactly what to do for this soup recipe. So chicken broth, but let me share with this recipe right now. Here's what I do. This is what I call the Dr. Axe Immune Boosting Soup Recipe. You're going to take 64 ounces of chicken broth, so basically 2 big containers of chicken broth. You're going to add in 1 pack of chicken thighs. You're going to add in about, I would say 2 big packs or almost a full head of cauliflower. You're going to add in shiitake mushrooms or some type of mushroom, typically 2 cups. You're going to add in a handful of kale, and then you're going to add in 1 cup of onions, a little garlic, and sea salt, and that's it. And if you do that, that's an amazing chicken soup. I call it the Dr. Axe Immune Boosting Soup that you can do there, and it's so good for your body. All right, so there's a recipe there. And then in addition, you don't want to consume a lot of grains, but if you are going to consume grains, do them as what's called congee. It's where you take rice or oats, you put it in a crock pot or a slow cooker overnight, and then you eat it the next day. It's kind of like mush. But that's actually very good for your immune system, especially if you add in chicken broth to that. It's called congee. And just search online congee benefits, and you'll be blown away. This is used for a long time for health, for thousands of years. So listen, these are the biggest foods. Here's just a breakdown again. You want to consume a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits, and a lot of bone broth, okay? Those are the biggest things to strengthen the immune system, those foods that are light yellow in color that I covered here. All right, let's cover nutrients. Because listen, there are so many vitamins and minerals out there. I want to share with you just the top 4 vitamins and minerals you need to strengthen your immune system. Before I do that though, hey, take a minute right now, punch the share button, click the love button. Help me spread the word that food is the ultimate way to support our bodies. For thousands of years, our ancient ancestors knew that food helped their immune system. And there are foods that harm your immune system, like sugar, refined grains, and hydrogenated oils. And there are foods that help your immune system, like foods rich in vitamin C and foods rich in nutrients that are light yellow in color, things like garlic and ginger and broccoli that are great for your body. All right, let's talk about the biggest nutrients here. And hey, I see all of you guys sharing this. Thanks for being on mission, because there are millions of people that don't know this information. And they need to. The world needs to know the power of how food can help us be healthy. All right, let's talk about the top nutrients. Number 1, you're going to guess, vitamin C. Okay, vitamin C is powerful. When buying a vitamin C supplement, make sure it has foods on the label. This is why we call, it whole food-based vitamins. Like, those are the only vitamins I take, my wife Chelsea takes, our family takes, is we only take supplements that have food in them. So when I'm buying a vitamin C supplement, I look for vitamin C rich foods on the label like acerola cherry, amla berry, camu, these really vitamin C rich berries and superfoods. So again, number one, vitamin C. I look for herbs, spices, and other superfoods when I'm buying vitamin C, when you're looking and flipping over and looking at the label. Vitamin C, okay? Now, if you're not sick, when you're just trying to keep your body from, getting things, I recommend typically anywhere from 300 milligrams to typically 1,000 milligrams a day. That's what most doctors recommend. If you're sick, though, you can take more. You can do higher doses of vitamin C. Vitamin D. Vitamin D, you typically want to do about 2,000 to 5,000 IUs daily. That's the recommended dosage. I personally do about 5,000 IUs a day in the winter months or days where I'm not getting sun. Zinc. This is another big one. That's typically 15 milligrams once to 3 times daily. Zinc. So vitamin C is known as the immune-boosting vitamin. Zinc is known as the immune-boosting mineral. Okay? And then selenium I have down here. Now listen. Not everybody needs selenium. I would say these top 3 are the most important: vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. Those are the 3 you want to pay attention to. But if you have high levels of emotional stress and thyroid issues, like thyroid adrenal issues, then you may also want to consider taking selenium. But for most people, vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, those are the top 3 nutrients you need to be getting to naturally help bolster and strengthen up your immune system. I think those are the most important. All right, let's now, by the way, one more here. And I call this a nutrient, and in a way it is. It also, we could label this under supplements, but the last one that I would put up here with these top 3, maybe just as important or more important, is a probiotic supplement. Probiotics are critical for your immune system. In fact, I'm going to share with you the top supplements I take on a regular basis for me. I take a collagen supplement that has multiple forms of collagen, or a bone broth supplement. And then after that, I take a probiotic. And I take a probiotic that has something called soil-based probiotics. So the probiotics actually come from the soil. Those are the 2 supplements that I take every single day. Now, I take other herbs on a regular basis. I do ginger herbal tea. I do turmeric. I'll do herbs like ashwagandha. Sometimes I'll do elderberry. So these are things I'll do. But on a regular basis, I take collagen and I take probiotics very, very consistently. Here's the reason why. Probiotics are critical for gut health. Remember I said this earlier, 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. And most of us are exposed to all of these chemicals and things on a regular basis that actually affect our gut microbiome, can actually kill off good bacteria in our gut. For that reason, I do probiotics regularly, so does my wife Chelsea, and we look for probiotics and take probiotics that have really specific types of probiotics that actually come from the soil, and that's what we look for. And so I do that every single day, taking a probiotic supplement. So that's probably number 1 on my list for nutrients. After that, vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc, those are my top 4. And then if you have a thyroid issue, selenium can also benefit you. Let's talk about the top herbs and spices here as well that can naturally strengthen your immune system. By the way, love to hear it. If you are enjoying this information, if this is adding value to you, let me know. Can I get an amen or say, hey, Dr. Axe, I would love to see it from you guys. But I see we've got you guys joining from all over the place, all over the world here as well. So I want to say, hey, thanks for joining me here. And hey, if you're enjoying this, make sure to click the love button, the like button, and punch the share button. Why? More people need to know, right? You know how many people right now are living in fear and they don't know how to actually take care of their immune system? This can help if they simply knew to drink bone broth, to get more vegetables, to get these specific types of berries. If everybody knew this, it would help them so much. So thanks everybody for being on mission with me. Let's talk about the herbs. Now these herbs I'm going to share with you have been used for thousands of years to help support your immune system. Number 1 here, now this isn't an herb, actually 2 of these things aren't herbs, but number 1 is elderberry. Elderberry is amazing. It is so beneficial for your immune system. It does have a little vitamin C, but it's the antioxidants and some of the unique compounds in elderberry that make it so incredible. Do you know for thousands of years people have been making elderberry syrup? They've taken the berries and elderberries, they've mixed it with honey and made elderberry syrup for people to consume. And when I am coming down, and listen, I pretty much never, I don't want to say never, I rarely ever come down with, any type of illness. If I do, it's because I've been flying all over the country, typically not sleeping well. Like that affects me, not sleeping. But if I ever do, the first things I take are what are up here. I start taking elderberry. I start doing a tablespoon a few times a day, or recommended dosage, and I'll tell you, I can absolutely notice a difference. But that is very high on the list, especially for elderberry. The things I have on this list are also really good for respiratory, okay, for the lungs. That's a big part of your immune system. The biggest part of your immune system is in your colon, your digestive system, and your lungs. Those are the two areas you want to support there, gut and lungs. And these herbs, so probiotics help the colon, right? Zinc helps the colon, and then these herbs help the lungs, okay? So elderberry is at the top of the list. Number 2, echinacea. Echinacea is powerful because of its ability to increase your stamina in a way, and overall your respiratory health. There's also, there's just some fantastic benefits of echinacea. And listen, I've written articles on these, so if you do a Google search for Dr. Axe echinacea, or Dr. Axe talks about, you could just Google search Dr. Axe talks about benefits of elderberry, or Dr. Axe in any of these things. Just Google search on Google or your search engine or on YouTube my name and what you're looking for, because I've covered these things more in depth. I have lists, I have graphics that explain them. And also you can go and share those with your friends or family. Click the links, share on social media, let more people know about this. So elderberry, echinacea is amazing. Number 3, this is an herb you may not have heard of, Andrographis. Andrographis in traditional Chinese herbalism was known as king of the bitters. And that's an important thing to note. If you've got phlegm and mucus in your body, bitter, that flavor helps you expel and get rid of phlegm and dampness and those things. And that's why, by the way, if you ever taste echinacea straight, it doesn't taste good either. Neither does Andrographis. So you can find these in different types of supplements. Typically, you don't take Andrographis by itself. It's going to be found in different formulas as one of the herbs that work synergistically to help your body. But it's a very bitter herb. It's great for your immune system. And last but not least, I would say elderberry, echinacea, Andrographis, and reishi mushroom. Reishi mushroom, if you are not feeling well, it's okay, but it's really best for keeping your body from not feeling well, okay? So reishi I take, generally for health and prevention on a regular basis, but reishi mushroom or different types of mushrooms, like I'll take a mushroom supplement that has many types of mushroom. It has reishi, turkey tail, lion's mane, all these different types of mushrooms. Shiitake, of course, is great, and that's what I'll take. But I'll take the mushroom supplement, I'll take these herbs, and this is what I do on a regular basis. But if you're really not feeling well, the first things you want to take, let me just give you 4. Elderberry, echinacea, vitamin C, and zinc. Those are the top 4, okay, when you start not feeling the best. I think those are the most important. And then let's talk about essential oils here. By the way, let me see who's all joining me. I know you guys are joining from all over the world right now. I want to say I'm so grateful for you. Thank you all of you who are on mission with me. I see so many of you guys clicking the love button, the share button. Man, and just know that by you simply doing that, you are out there transforming lives. I'm getting this information to people who need to know, because a lot of people don't know. In fact, it's shocking to me how many people don't know how to care for their immune system with food, but that's what we're talking about right here. All right, essential oils. The number 1 essential oil for your immune system is thyme. T-H-Y-M-E, thyme essential oil, powerful for your immune system because of its ability to support the lungs. Oregano, or oil of oregano. Oregano oil has a lot of properties that are antimicrobial. That's why it's been used for so many things over the years. That's another great essential oil for immunity. Clove. Clove and oregano are very similar. They're sort of warming to the body, and they also really act on the microbes in your body. And then lemon oil. Lemon oil, I think, is really good for different systems of your body. Your immune system, which is connected to your lymphatic system, is also great as well. So these essential oils are my favorite to use. What Chelsea and I do is we put these oils in a diffuser and simply diffuse them around the house. We'll do a mixture of thyme, clove, and lemon, or orange and clove and cinnamon. We'll do some of these. Eucalyptus, by the way, is another one. Eucalyptus can be very good for your lungs and to diffuse in your home as well. These are my top essential oils here to use for your immune system. And then I want to mention emotions. This is going to really surprise some of you, and this is a huge deal. Did you know certain emotions, according to medical studies, weaken your immune system? Number one emotion is fear. You know, there's a lot of people today living in a state of fear. They're worried about everything. They're worried about all kinds of things. The emotion of fear weakens your immune system. Crazy. So think about this. Everybody right now is saying, hey, I want to strengthen my immune system, but we're all living in a state of fear. People are panicking. They're worrying about things. The emotion of fear is the number one emotion that will weaken your immunity. The emotion that strengthens your immunity is hope. And specifically faith is believing and saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be okay, having faith, knowing that, hey, I'm going to take care of my body and God's going to take care of me. Just knowing that is so powerful. So I want you to think through this motto, faith over fear. That's it. When you find yourself worrying in a state of anxiety, here's what's happening. Your adrenals are kicking in. Your body starts releasing all this cortisol. When cortisol rises, it actually keeps your immune system from it actually weakens your immune system when your body's in a state of fear, okay? Because your body's saying, I'm fighting or flying from something, so it's sending blood to your extremities and to your brain and other areas. So actually your immune system, those organ systems are weakened when you are fearful because of all the cortisol that your body's producing. And then it affects melatonin, so then you don't sleep as well at night, so then your body gets even weaker. That's what fear does to you versus faith and having hope and knowing, hey, you're going to be okay. You just need to, hey, eat the right foods and take care of your body, being in that state of joyfulness as well. So I would say stay away from fear and worry and focus on faith and joyfulness. Just being happy, watching funny movies, doing these things, laughter, right? They say laughter is the best medicine, right? So these things are really important, but just remember that motto if you start getting worried or worked up about anything going on today. Faith over fear in all things, okay? So important for your immune system, but also your life, you know? It's important for anything here as well. So I want to give a synopsis of some big things to remember, big takeaways here as we talk about boosting your immune system. And again, if you've enjoyed this, hey, make sure to punch the share button, click the love button, help me spread this word. Big things to remember. Number one, you got to remove. Get rid of sugar. Get rid of refined grains and hydrogenated oils. Instead of sugar, use local honey or Manuka honey as your natural sweetener. Instead of refined grains, use things like rice and oatmeal, whole grains. Instead of hydrogenated oils, use coconut oil and extra virgin olive oil. Those are my two favorite oils to use for your immune system. Best foods, vitamin C rich foods like citrus, like grapefruit. Kiwis, strawberries are great. So get some of those citrus fruits, and then berries like goji berries or blueberries. The best foods, remember, they're that light yellow color in nature. We're talking about cauliflower. Also, broccoli and asparagus can be good. And the light yellow herbs, garlic, onion, ginger, miso. Make yourself a homemade immunity boosting soup is fantastic that I talked about. By the way, I forgot one ingredient in that. Remember, you're going to add in 64 ounces of chicken. So 2 big things of chicken broth, 2 containers are 64 ounces. Chicken thighs, 3 tablespoons of miso paste. You can pick it up at any store. And then I add in a couple cups of kale, a couple cups of cauliflower, some mushrooms like shiitake, and then I add in some garlic and onion, and then I put it in a slow cooker or crock pot, and that's Dr. Axe's immunity soup. Or Google search online Dr. Axe chicken soup recipe, and I have a great chicken soup recipe online, so do that. And then the nutrients, remember, biggest ones, vitamin C and zinc. And if you haven't seen the sun, vitamin D, and then again, probiotics are key. The top herbs, if you're not feeling the best or you want to keep yourself from not feeling the best, elderberry, echinacea, andrographis and reishi, but especially the elderberry and the echinacea the essential oils. Just start diffusing essential oils around your home. And then remember, faith over fear. Don't be in a state of fear and worry. Be in a state of faith and joy, and you're going to be good to go. All of these things together can help strengthen your immune system. And I want to just say, hey, thanks to all of you. I hope this information has added value to your life, and thank you for everybody who shared this, because millions of people are living in fear and don't know how to take care of your immune system. If you share this with them, they're then going to know. So I want to say, hey, thanks so much for watching this live video. I'll be back again here in the next few days or next week with another Facebook Live.